It started with pen and paper, and it turned into reality. When it comes to manifestation, there are so many techniques out there. 369 method, vision board, mirror work, you name it. But this might be my new favorite way to bring my dreams to life. Stay tuned, as I am also sharing a common mistake people make when it comes to scripting and what to avoid at all costs. This is the third attempt, and I hope this baby is sleeping now. What do you need to know before? One thing that I get questions about all the time, and it's like one of the main comments I get on my YouTube videos, is, can I manifest more than one wish? And of course you can, but usually my answer is try to stick with one. For example, for the 369 method or other methods where you have to put pen to paper, you don't want to write 5, 6, 7 wishes 3, 6, and 9 times. If you are really committed to all your goals and dreams and you want to do that and you don't mind at all, go you. I just know that I would see it more as a chore. With the scripting technique, that's a different story, because depending on which version, which I'm getting into a little later, you only have to write it once or a couple times per week. No matter what you choose, just remember that the universe is limitless. You are limitless. Your thoughts are limitless. If you think about it, everything that we hold in our hands now was once just a thought, an idea. The pen you hold in your hand, the notebook that you open up, the phone you're holding to watch this video maybe, or even being able to watch something online. I remember as a millennial growing up with all the changing in technology, I remember my mom saying, why do they want to put internet on the phone? Like, that's not gonna stick. See where we are. And I think that's incredibly powerful too, to think about it like, oh my God, people create these things. You have the power to achieve those things too and bring things into your life by just thinking about it. I know with a lot of these manifestation videos, sometimes it's not really believable that people are that successful. I'm going to share some of the manifestations that have come true for me, and I want to preface this by saying this is not meant to be in a braggy way, not at all. I just want to share what is possible. Please take it as inspiration or motivation. Last year, I was able to fly with my family of 3 back then to Germany to see my family for 4 weeks. It was really special. I haven't seen my family in over a year prior to that, and it was like a big goal of mine to go back. We flew round trip in business class, which I have never done before in my life. I was able to go on a girls' trip to Mexico with a good friend of mine. I was able to go to the Bahamas for the baby moon of our second daughter. If you go back to my old videos, one thing I always wrote in my journal is that I want to see sea turtles in real life. I have a tattoo of sea turtles. Sea turtles are my favorite animals of all time, and I always imagined seeing them and being like so overjoyed. And I was snorkeling with them both in Mexico and in the Bahamas, and I would have never thought that was going to happen. I was able to bring 2 beautiful girls into this world, which was a huge dream of mine, to have a family. I was able to get my green card. I got the US citizenship. And I was also, business-wise, I was able to grow my jewelry business that I have on the side, to be accepted into a store where people can shop it in a store, which was like such a great experience and just a big dream of mine. Because I love reading people's success stories, please share your manifestations, whether they're big or small, into the comment section for other people to find inspiration and motivation too. How does it work? The most broken record statement in manifestation is, be clear on what you want. Yes, but also peel back a couple of layers when your limiting beliefs are coming up. If you write something and internally you get a feeling like, oh, this is never going to happen. Why am I being so delusional that I think this might happen to me? If you feel like you're getting to a roadblock of that, writing that down and bringing that energy onto paper, I want you to take a different piece of paper and write down your limiting belief and find 4 pieces of evidence against it. And the reason why I'm doing this is because limiting beliefs are subconscious. It's like something that we experienced as kids that somebody else gave us, and it's not true. We just believed it to be true eventually because we heard it over and over again. Maybe a statement like, oh, you're not good enough, or you had the feeling you're not good enough. Find evidence why you're good enough. And I'm telling you, you are. As you are right now, you're good enough. But you have to believe it too, because then it becomes like a little bit fake. I'm gonna write it down and I don't believe it anyway, but I'm gonna be a millionaire. You know what I mean? So if you run into roadblocks where you come up with the same limiting beliefs over and over again, maybe just peel back a layer and go back there. What you want? How does it make you feel? Who's surrounding you? What are you wearing? Which location are you? If you're dreaming about a big vacation that you've always wanted to take, which hotel are you? What outfits are you wearing? Did you prepare anything? It might sound so silly, but getting into those details, there's no mistake that this was meant for you. There are two versions of scripting that I love to come back. The first one is writing a letter once to your future self, to the universe, whatever you want to call it, and then keeping it close by. Keep it in your by your nightstand, keep it in the bathroom, somewhere where you can see it, where you can read it daily, or where you can hang it and see it, be reminded of it, take a picture, put it as your screensaver. The other version I like to do quite often is something called the Future Self Journal. And I started this 4 or 5 years ago, and I've been pretty consistent with it. What you basically do is you write your future goals and experiences that you want to have into your journal, and it can be just bullet points. You don't have to write it out, but it's more of like a stream of consciousness. Whatever comes to mind, you write it out. You can write it as bullet points, just write it down as your experiences. I always like to add things I'm grateful for, things how I want to feel. The emotions are incredibly important, so that's just like a bullet point journal thing that I do. It's 1 page a day, or whenever you get time to journal. I don't do it every single day anymore, but that was really something, if I look back now at my old journals, it's incredible of what has come true. My favorite journal has been for the longest time now the Notes to Mindfulness, and I found really nice pens. I don't know if I'm like the only person that really gets excited about nice writing pens, but it's a gel pen and it doesn't smudge. It's perfect. I'm gonna link those below if you're interested in checking them out. What to avoid? This might be a little controversial, but don't tell other people about your goals and dreams, because not everybody has the best interest for you, in you, for you. Some people might think you're delusional. Some people might think you're nuts for having like such a big dream. Some people might be jealous, or some people might just not be able to be happy for you. If you want to share it and you get so excited about sharing your goal, I totally get it. But please share it with people that are actually genuinely excited for you. People that have supported you in the past. People that you know you can rely on. You don't want to be surrounded by an energy of like fake people or somebody who doesn't want you to succeed. There's a sacredness to your dreams, and I would be very careful in who you're sharing it with. I can say a little bit about my own story. I used to have a friend that I thought back then was backing me up and had the best interest in mind for me. What is that sentence? Had the best intention for me? I don't know. English is hard. Anyway, but it turns out she was really not happy at all, to the point where it turned out to be a really toxic relationship, where she would kind of be happy if things weren't working out for me. And if things did work out, she got so jealous, she got so pissed, and she compared everything to her own story and said like, why do you deserve this and I don't? And jealousy can exist too in friendship. I'm not saying that, but you don't want to be surrounded by people that are constantly putting you down and kind of hoping for your downfall. So if you have somebody like that, please keep your dreams, your precious dreams, to yourself. Hiccups. Editing Miri here. For some reason, I can't find the footage leading into the next topic, but it is about how I manifested those business class seats, because they were not really my intention at all, and still they became true. I did one thing and I'm gonna talk you through it. If you've done vision boards before and they have never really worked, I think what happens is sometimes we give it too much attention. Maybe we look at it 5 times a day and like, why is it not happening yet? I put this picture on it in January and it still hasn't happened. It's almost the end of the year. And when I made my vision board for 2025, I put a picture of some business class seats in there. And to be honest, I never had the intention of going into business class, because if you look up the business class flights, then you're like, what? I don't know why, but I was like, I want to fly and see my family. So that was the goal with the vision board of an airplane. But I was like, I don't want to put like a regular airplane seat in economy there. So let me just put business class. And I didn't really care much for it. But then when we booked those tickets, and I was like, oh my God. And I looked at my screensaver that I have on my phone for my vision board, and I was like, there it is. Hard, because if it's something that you really want, you can't really forget it, right? But don't overthink it. If there's something coming up in your scripting and you think like, I don't know, do I really want this? Just leave it in there. If you make a vision board and for some reason one specific picture speaks out to you and catches your attention, go with it, because maybe that's something that you didn't even know you wanted, something that enhances your other manifestations along the way. We flew to Germany to see my family, and to get there we had to be in a plane. Did I have to be in business class? No, I didn't, but I just thought it was going to be fun to do that. But I had zero attachment, and I think that's the thing where everybody's like, detach and let go. But if it's a wish that you really, 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 really want, that's really hard, right? So if you find something that's like kind of, I don't know, if it happens, it would be nice. If it doesn't, like, no big deal. I'm flying economy. I just have to get to that location. I think that was a huge, huge part in letting go, detaching from the outcome, because I really didn't care. And if you can find that same detachment and kind of be meh about it for the other things, then you're on a really good way to keep your manifestations coming. About scripting, it doesn't always have to be just written down. If you want to add pictures, pick something that shows you in a healthy state and a state where you were genuinely happy. You don't want to have a picture where you're smiling, but you remember when you took that picture, you, I don't know, had a cold or weren't feeling your best, or you got bad news on that day. You want something that really, you see the picture of yourself that brings you back into the energy, like, oh my God, this was a great day. I went to this concert. This was amazing. I had a good time. If you're still here, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting. The last couple months, the last year, I really haven't been posting anything because I was not feeling my best throughout this pregnancy. I'm back, hopefully. I don't want to make any promises. I'm just trying to figure out a way and a schedule to show up for you guys, show up for me. And yeah, I appreciate you, and just know that the support never goes unnoticed. If you watch this video until the end, there is a good chance that you do like writing or journaling or some kind of writing your wishes down onto paper. Here's a video that I think you would enjoy too. Go check it out. Go and be your favorite self. I'll see you soon.